Yeah, I think having, Pullman having been at Drake for the past 14 years and having been under Jenny and her staff, I think has been extremely helpful. The girls know her, they know, how she'll respond to things and how she can get them to respond to her. So I think that's extremely helpful as you go through a transition between head coaches.
I really wanted her to become our head coach just because of that reason, for her already being here, kind of knowing our system. I think it would have been a lot harder for brand new coaching staff to come in and kind of step in and be that head coach.
I would say it's similar culture and feel. I mean, Allison was on staff for Drake for 14 years, even before Jenny was the head coach. She's just a little spitball of fire and just brings lots of new great things to the team.
Even though it's been less than 6 months, it feels like it's been a really long time. Everybody's just trying to do exactly what it is that I want them to do, and yet I don't even know what that is yet. So just discovering exactly, more than anything, just being able to really work with people and them understand my methods and how I want things done, and really more than anything, expectations. I think that's one of the things that really over the course of the last 10 years in working with Jenny Baranczyk, we've really been able to, I guess, hone in on exactly who does have success here at Drake University and in Drake women's basketball.
Allison recruited these players to be in the system, and so the system works with these players. So it's been nice to have that consistency of different things we do in practice, but then also have that Allison can add her own little wrinkles in there.
Recruiting, in essence, as a college coach, you're just getting to know and establish relationships with each and every person that's on our team. The best part about recruiting and them transitioning to being here is that they told us yes. And so they want to be here. And so knowing them when they were in high school or as young as 8th graders and such and throughout, and getting a chance to know their families, I think just goes to, really our family, I guess, lineage being a little bit longer. And so us just getting a chance to know and love each and every one of our players throughout the recruiting process, and full knowing, once they're here, it doesn't stop once they graduate from college. This is a lifelong sort of thing. These are lifelong relationships.
When I was being recruited to come to Drake, I talked to Allison all the time. I talked to Jenny too, but Allison was the one I talked to. I've always said they're like my moms, both Jenny and Allison, and nothing's changed with that.
This is it's on all of us. It's not just Allison's the head coach and she's responsible for everything. This is a we culture. We constantly, everything is together, and it's not assistant coaches do this because someone else does this. It's we are all in this together.
The new coaching staff has just been learning along with our freshmen.
The women that I work with all have very strong personalities. They have strong opinions. They also, have a unique, I think, fiery sort of work ethic, which I think really goes to what we're trying to do here at Drake.
Okay, so Pastor, that's where I need you to get really in tune on with what they want. And then you're super decisive on yes or no. Yes or no, make it fast.
Our expectations each and every day are very, very high in practice. If you ask them, I think they hold themselves to a high standard, but I also think our coaching staff does a phenomenal job of really asking them to give everything that they have every single day and in every single drill and every single second, and whether that's on the floor or off the court.
I would say practices are a little more intentional, and just the drills that we do, we start off with the little things, and those transition over to the big things.
She's brought in a couple new drills that are just able to help us focus on the little details of our offense and our defense.
You have to stay present. When you're at basketball, you can't be thinking about the test you have later. You have to be thinking about basketball. You have to engage, and that's how you get better.
We'd always talk about at the end of the year we'd get our team GPAs back and stuff, and we were always top 10 in the country with team GPA, and we've still carried that on. So our student athletes understand that they have to perform in the classroom at the same time they're performing on the court and putting banners up.
As we continue to start to step into game mode more than anything, we want to win every game. You know, how do you not want to? And so it's sport and it's competition. And so, so my goals for the entire year is, why not? Let's just win them all.
I don't know if we've ever talked about goals per se. It's just an expectation. Like, the kids that come into this program know what the expectation is. They walk in the NAP Center and see the banners, and when they get here, like, it's their turn to go get one of those. And I think that's an unspoken goal, is that we want to put banners up and win championships.
As you walk through the NAP Center and you see the banners hanging, I think it's conference championships. I think it's NCAA tournament, you know, trips. I think it's on a very consistent basis continuing to be picked in the top 3 in our conference. So that continued tradition and dominance, I think, in the Missouri Valley Conference is something we aspire to do. It never really was my intention of, I just want to be a head coach, I just want to be a head coach. I just knew that I love this place. The biggest thing that we talk about is love. And love is the strongest human emotion. So you have to love basketball. You got to love the game. You got to love watching it. You got to love playing it. You've just got to have this inner sense of, you just love it. When you hear the word, it gives you goosebumps, sort of thing.
It's about loving the game and loving the people you do it with, and Pullman has kind of just continued that and really just brought her own kind of flair to it, I guess.
So you just hear your voice so much more, and whether it's in practices or there's a silence in the room, there's one person they're looking at.
We were really intentional about trying to come back for lane lines too, okay? If we come back for lane lines, the same thing applies. Constantly getting 2 feet in the paint, and then bam, now I'm coming back. Okay, here we go.
I think the biggest shocking thing for me is everybody's looking for how things are going to be different, and I'm still trying to find out, like, okay, are they? Because I have no idea. It feels right, it feels good, and that's really all I'm going based off of.